Oh, there it goes. We got to try to keep everybody alive, chat. I don't know if we can do that. I'm just waiting on one DPS to accept. This is one of the problems with the long queue times for DPS. Is they start doing something else and either get preoccupied and they don't want to quit what they're doing, or go AFK, or a lot of times they'll exit out. And so our main job is just to keep this guy alive. Now, healers in Final Fantasy XIV are actually expected to do some DPS too. One thing we can do to quickly do some help is just put dots on everybody. And then you give some players accommodation. Do that. Player commendation is a system whereby you can commend a party member who left a positive impression upon you in the course of duty. Upon the conclusion of a duty, the player commendation button will appear on the bottom right of the screen. Selecting it will bring up an interface wherein you can commend a player. Please note that commendations cannot be given to those who were in the party at the time of registration. Ah, fine display if you're a first timer. Here's your well-earned coin. I've tossed in a little something extra to sweeten the deal, so that you might consider coming back. Bonuses have been applied. Additional bonuses added for your KOs. Nice. Oh, we received 2 commendations. Very cool. If you successfully complete all guild test objectives in the time allotted, you will be eligible for a reward. Speak with the battle warden overseeing the operation to collect it. Your party can complete the objectives without suffering a single casualty. You'll be awarded a special bonus. While participating in guild tests, you may notice areas that are colored differently than the surrounding landscape. This color is to warn players that stepping into the hazardous zones will trigger new enemies to appear. Take care when passing nearby. Once you have commenced a guild test, the operation's objectives and the time remaining to complete them will appear in the duty list. Hints helpful to completing guild test objectives will sometimes appear on screen. These hints will also be added to the duty list after being displayed. If you are unable to complete the objectives within the allotted time, the guild test will be deemed a failure. Limit breaks are powerful actions which are only available to parties of 4 or more members. The actions can be executed when the party's limit gauge is full. The gauge is located directly above the party list. Limit gauge will slowly fill as battle progresses, which certain acts of heroism, such as curing an ally while they are on the brink of death or preventing an enemy from using a special attack, will cause the gauge to rise quicker. The limit break trigger is located in the Actions and Traits menu under General. It can be set to your hotbar for easy access, which is what I have down here. There are 5 different types of limit breaks. Single target attack is what happens when melee executes it. Melee DPS. Attack to all targets in a straight line. What happens when a ranged DPS triggers it. Area of effect attack is when happens when a caster or magic DPS uses it. Increased party defense is what happens when the tank does it. And hit point restoration is what happens when the healer does it. And I believe it also reses people from the dead as well. Which type is used depends on the class or job of the person who initiates the action. Limit gauge Length varies depending on party size and battle type. The more party members you have, the more difficult the foe you face, the more options you will have. You have formed a party with another player. Parties make it possible to tackle challenges that would be impossible to overcome alone, such as defeating powerful enemies or exploring perilous dungeons. Party chat mode can be used to communicate solely with the other members of your party. You can change your chat mode at any time via the speech bubble icon located below the chat log. While in a party, a list of your party's members is displayed on the left side of the screen. This can be used to quickly identify each member's current condition. You can also target party members by clicking on their name in the list. This is especially helpful when there are many objects on the screen and it is difficult or time-consuming to target a member by ordinary means. Your party will sometimes be awarded boosts to various attributes based on class and job combinations. If your party is receiving one of these bonuses, it will be indicated by a party bonus icon located above your party list. The bonus is nullified if you leave your party for another area. Remember, your party members are all the in-game embodiment of real living people, and chances are you will see them again online. Karma is alive and well in Eorzea. Treat people well, and your life in Eorzea will be a pleasant one. Treat them poorly, and it will come back to you. Ooh. That's cool. So now, the guild hast, gonna leave me. Let's return and accept our level 10 quest. Go back to the Conjurer's Guild. Go this way, go ahead and sprint. So now I guess we're going to learn about the element of wind. Greetings, Seven. Each time we meet, the part of Conjurer befits you ever better. In your previous lesson, you learned about the element of earth. It is my desire that you next become acquainted with the wind. Travel to the full flower comb in the East Shroud and seek the teachings of Hearer Wolfie. Wolfew? A scant few years have passed since her coming of age. Wolfew is a conjurer of consummate skill who is able to divine the will of air elementals with uncommon clarity. I can recommend no better tutor for your lessons in the mysteries of wind. Okay. East Shroud. My dyslexia would not bode well for playing this game. Lots of readings. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to read everything out instead of just letting viewers read it or something. Because reading sucks. Central Shroud. These shrouds over there. About if we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's go to the Lancer Guild. We can take a ferry over to East Shroud. Yeah, they voice act quite a bit in future expansions, or they're already out, but expansions. This is the base content, but the expansions try to do a better job of doing more voice acting, but there's still a ton of reading to do. We'd have to read everything like 3 times to get through it. I like pictures and turtles. I like turtles. Yeah, I hear you, man. Mapping the realm, East Shroud. All right. Got another 15 minutes before we head out. Made some pretty good progress today. We'll definitely catch up to our Lancer tomorrow, though. We'll likely be at least level 12 before we finish tonight. To finish that flyer. Got done with the flyer. My tacos. Photo studio cleaned up. Now entering the time slip for the photographer. Alright. That's like good progress. Sucks you had to do it on a holiday, though. Right. Those guys. Now, did our Lancer need those? We'll go with the Lancer. Our Lancer did not need them. Okay. Change back to Conjurer. I'm laboring on Labor Day. Yeah, yeah, I'm kind of laboring on Labor Day too. Sort of. It's a fun way to labor on Labor Day, though. Wolfview.
You must be 7. Brother Thumian sent word to expect you. It shall be my pleasure to instruct you on the patterns of gusts and gales. Now, how to proceed? Pray forgive my hesitation. It was but recently that I attained the title of hearer, and, well, you are my first student. Ah, yes, I believe I have a suitable task for you. To the east of Sweet Bloom Pier, there is a small spring giving rise to a pool. Go there and clear the air of the honeybee swarm, which lately took up residence in the area. You seem uncertain. Mayhap you wonder at the connection between my request and the subject of your study. I sympathize, 7, but trust me, inexperienced though I may seem, this deed will deepen your understanding of wind.
I think she's supposed to be young, but what else? Try by wind. Go back this way. Sounds like she might forget her own door is to the back inside for the night. Yeah. She could. I think it's because of her education in wind. Or my bad voice acting. Come here, you swarm of bees. She's breezy. that what you're saying? I am. I am indeed. Is that it? I guess so. Right.
Welcome back. I take it the bees are no more. Tell me, did you happen to notice many of the Vilekins' preferred flowers in the vicinity of the spring? I ask because there were none. Strange then, is it not, that the bees should choose to congregate there? And what has caused this aberrant behavior? Still your mind and reach out with your senses. Can you feel it? The path of the wind veers from its natural course, sweeping hapless creatures along its wake. Something is playing havoc with the air currents. Such a disturbance bespeaks corruption. Return to the spring near Sweet Bloom Pier and search for pockets of corrupted air. Should you find one, use your powers of conjuring to disperse it. Pesticides. Yeah.
I mean, a spray can of pesticides is kind of like summoning the wind, right? We're going back to the same place. Got 9 more minutes. We gotta decide if we want to raid a Final Fantasy streamer or if we want to raid a Subnautica streamer. Sounds like to me, better look for a farm nearby. Well, we're supposed to be level 14. It'll be fine. You got this. Or SC streamer. What's up, Strigley? How you doing? Oh man, a bunch of them. Oh jeez. Oh, we got a buddy. Good Lux is also live if you know him. I have heard of him. I don't think I've been to any of his streams though. Oh, jeez. Hasn't played SC in a while.
Well done. The wind no longer keens its frustration. Let us return to full flower.
I'll need to get like a voice changer mod to make my voice super high pitched so I can do young ladies like that. Do their voices. At least help me. Playing BDO. What's BDO?
I must apologize for exposing you to such danger. The corruption was greater than I anticipated, but it is through such trials that we flourish as conjurers. Now then, Seven, what did you learn as you struggled within the air's grasp? You will doubtless have noticed that wind does not strike with the instant crushing force of earth.
He's the sound guy I was talking about. Jude Lux is the sound guy? What's BDO, though? Fussy about audio?
Instead, it torments one's form, dancing across every surface and leaving 1,000 tiny wounds in its wake. These are the agonies of erosion. Having experienced such pain, you are now intimately acquainted with wind's capacity for patient destruction.
Oh, Black Desert Online.
No land is a stranger to its power. When you stand under distant skies and feel the wind's familiar caress upon your skin, remember the lessons you have learned here this day. I suppose I should be grateful that this latest elemental disturbance manifested itself at such an opportune time. Only the gods know what I would have taught you had it not. Yet the growing frequency of such phenomena begins to concern me. While it is true that the calamity wrought much harm upon the Twelveswood, I suspect some other forces at work here. I bid you remain wary, Seven. But enough of these ominous rumblings. I regret to say that your time with me is at an end. Return to Stillglade Fane and inform Brother Asumi of your newfound mastery. Oh, and be sure to thank him for sending me such a willing first student.
All right. We finished that. It's not going to get us to level 15. But we can go ahead and return and turn it in, maybe. I think I still need to play with my sound gate a little bit, maybe. I think some of the mic activation and deactivations are a little off. I think it either doesn't pick up the start of some of the things I say or stops before I finish saying something. Not sure if you guys are hearing any of that or not. Ooh.
Welcome back, Seven. The elementals inform me that you have opened your ears to the voice of the wind. That is well.
Everybody's pretty breathy tonight.
Having made allies of 2 elements, you are well on your way along the path to Conjury. Though full comprehension of these forces will only come to you in the fullness of time. Be patient as you seek to embrace nature more fully, so will nature hold you more closely. They made you study wind? Why bother? You don't need no wind to heal things, whatever those dreary lessons tell you. Eorzea is inextricably bound with nature, Sylphie. That dreary lesson is one you should or have learned by now. I assume by your presence here that you have once again abandoned your tutors.
Looks like Isumi had a little chat to that dude behind about mocking you. Yeah, he's not doing it as much now.
You must understand, if you persist in casting spells without the proper knowledge. I have all the knowledge I need. My mother never needed to embrace nature to heal, and the people she helped were thankful for her art. I'll learn conjuring the same way she did, and because she is such a great conjurer, you'll see. But I didn't come here to argue with you, Brother Asumi. I wanted to tell you that I've discovered how to cast rays. Well, what were you thinking, girl? You know not what you do, what you risk. You are meddling with the forces beyond your comprehension. Should you even attempt to cast that spell, I have no recourse but to strip you of the name Conjurer and banish you from our halls. Do I make myself clear? Attack him. Why must you be so angry with me? It's not as if you were trying to hurt anyone. But that's... Sylphie, my dear child, that is precisely the point. My apologies, Seven. I hope you do not find these constant disruptions distracting. As you have just heard, Sylphie's mother was also a conjurer who was unable to use any spells outside the spheres of healing. Needless to say, Sylphie seeks to emulate her in every way. It is a rare and wondrous talent to heal without relying on the energies of nature, but such power is not born of true conjuring. All that we know of the art, it should not be possible for Sylphie to cast rays. I shudder to think what would happen if she tried. I fear my inability to set her upon the true path reflects my own failings as a teacher. I am only glad that those same failings have not hindered you. Whether it be with my help or in spite of it, I believe you will become a fine conjurer. Already you are blessed with great power, and more shall be yours should you persevere with our art. Indeed, I hope you shall. Yet however much you grow, however powerful... Alright, so tomorrow... I think I'll try to play Subnautica again. We had a pretty rough time with it tonight. But I'd like to finish that game. And then again, we'll end like the last couple hours of the stream. We'll play Final Fantasy again and try to make some more progress. Try to get our Conjurer caught up to the Lancer and maybe make a little bit of progress on the Lancer if we have time. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's go check out this guy, give him some love. And you all have a good night.